The top 5 richest women in the United States. In an era where women's empowerment is at the forefront of societal issues, who leads the women's financial scene? The United States of America is a leading world power. With a female vice president, women have been charged with taking strides and living beyond their believed restrictions. That said, here are the top 5 richest women in the US. But before we get into our list, make sure to hit the like and share buttons. Number 5. Abigail Johnson, $20.9 billion. Abigail Pierpont Johnson is an American businesswoman, billionaire, and the current CEO and president of Fidelity International. Fidelity International was founded by her grandfather, Edward C. Johnson, and handed over to her father, Edward C. Ned Johnson. He remains chairman emeritus, but stepped back as president for Abigail to take over in 2014. The family owns 49% of the company, while Abigail herself has an estimated 24.5% stake in the company. Abigail Johnson is a graduate of Hobart and William Smith College, where she studied art history in 1984. She worked as a consultant at Booz Allen Hamilton, where she met her husband, Christopher McCone. She also has an MBA at Harvard Business School. After she graduated from Harvard, she joined Fidelity Investments as an analyst and portfolio manager. By 2001, she was promoted to Fidelity Asset Management President, and she was later promoted to head of retail, workplace, and institutional business in 2005. In 2021, she was named president, and she became CEO of the company in 2014. In 2016, she became chairman. She has taken forward-looking steps for her company, such as introducing cryptocurrency investment in 2018, making it possible for investors to trade Bitcoin and Ethereum with Fidelity International. Aside from being the 5th richest woman in America and 83rd richest person globally, she has also been ranked amongst the most powerful women in the world and has remained in their ranks since 2014. Number 4. Jacqueline Mars, $31.3 billion. Jacqueline Mars was born into the Mars family on the 10th of October, 1939. She is an American heiress and investor. She was raised in Massachusetts and attended boarding school in Miss Hall School in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. She is a graduate of anthropology from Bryn Mawr College. Jacqueline married David H. Badger in 1961, and they had 3 children: Alexandra, Stephen, and Krista. She divorced Badger in 1984 and married Harold Hank Vogel 2 years later. She later divorced Hank in 1994. Jacqueline is an heiress to Mars Inc. For those who do not know about Mars, Mars is a multinational American manufacturer of confectionery, pet food, and pet products in general. They have annual sales of $33 billion. According to Forbes magazine, in January 2019, Jacqueline's stake in Mars is worth $23.5 billion, making her the 18th richest person in America and 34th globally. Jacqueline started her career as a food product group president at Mars, which she occupied until her retirement in 2001. According to Forbes, she is the wealthiest Virginian resident. She sits comfortably as the 4th richest woman in the United States, 47th in the world. Number 3. Julia Koch, $46.4 billion. Julia Margaret Flesher Koch was born on the 12th of April, 1962. She is an American socialite, philanthropist, and billionaire. Her family had a farming background, but her parents own a furniture store. Julia spent her early childhood in Indianola, Iowa, but moved to Conway, Arkansas when she turned 8. There, her parents started a clothing store called Peggy Fredericks. She graduated from the University of Central Arkansas and worked as a model before moving to New York in 1984. In New York, she worked as a fashion designer, assisting Adolfo and also working for Nancy Reagan. Her story with David Koch started with a blind date in January 1991, and her view of David was not entirely favorable. She is quoted saying, "I'm glad I met that man because now I know I never want to go out with him." They met again later at a party and started dating subsequently. In 1993, she stopped working and she got married in 1996. They both had 3 children: David Jr., Maria Julia, and John Mark. In 2019, when David Koch died, Julia and her children inherited 42% of Koch Industries. She was listed in Forbes' 10 richest women in the world in 2020. She is on the board of directors of Koch Industries, and she serves as the president of the David H. Koch Foundation, the charity arm of the Koch empire. She is currently the 27th richest person in the world and the 3rd richest woman in America. She is not very public with her affairs. Number 2. Mackenzie Scott, $54.9 billion. Mackenzie Scott, formerly Mackenzie Bezos, was born on the 7th of April, 1970. Her father was a financial planner, while her mother was a homemaker. According to Mackenzie, she began to write seriously at the age of 6. She wrote her first book at that age, titled The Bookworm. Quite sadly, the book was destroyed in a flood. Mackenzie graduated from Princeton University with a bachelor's degree in English. While in Princeton, she studied under Nobel laureate Toni Morrison and even assisted him as a research assistant for novel jazz in 1992. Mackenzie sought employment after school with D.E. Shaw, where she applied to be a research associate. As she said, pay the bills while working on her novels. There, she met Jeff Bezos. He was the vice president at the firm back then, and the interview was her first contact with him. In 1993, Mackenzie and Jeff got married, and by 1994, they left D.E. Shaw, moved to Seattle, and started Amazon. Scott invested a whole lot of her time in working for Amazon at its early stage. She worked on the company's name, business plan, and accounts, and shipping early orders. The company's first freight contract was also negotiated by her. As Amazon began to build, she took a less active role in the company as she focused more on her family and her literary career. The Testing of Luther Albright, her first novel, came out in 2005, and she was rewarded with an American Book Award in 2006. She noted that it took her 10 years to complete her novel, as she was doing it alongside building her family and Amazon. In 2019, she and Jeff split, and the divorce left her with $35 billion in Amazon stock, while her now ex-husband retained 75% of the couple's stock. From the divorce, she became the world's 3rd richest woman and one of the wealthiest people on the planet. After the divorce, she changed her surname to Scott, derived from her middle name. She is now married to Dan Jewett, a high school chemistry teacher. She is the 2nd most wealthy woman in America and the 21st richest person in the world. Number 1. Alice Walton, $62.7 billion. Taking first place, we have the heiress to the Walmart empire, Alice Louise Walton. Alice Walton was born on the 7th of October, 1949. Born in Newport, Arkansas, Alice grew alongside her 3 brothers in Bentonville, Arkansas. She attended Bentonville High School and graduated in 1966, and she studied economics at Trinity University, San Antonio, Texas. Alice started her career as an equity analyst and money manager for First Commerce Corporation, and she also headed investment activities at Arvest Bank Group. She later became a broker for E.F. Hutton. She founded Llama Company, an investment bank, in 1988, where she served as president and chairwoman and CEO. The company later closed down in the late 1990s. Alice became the first person to chair the Northwest Arkansas Council. As the chair of the council, she played a major part in developing the Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport. The airport opened in 1998. In 2001, for her service to the council, she was inducted into the Arkansas Aviation Hall of Fame 2001. Alice is a horse lover, and she stayed on a ranch in Millsap, Texas, named Walton's Rocking W Ranch. She later sold the farm and moved to Fort Worth, Texas. She was married to a prominent Louisiana investment banker in 1974, but was divorced barely 2 years after. She later married a contractor, which Forbes described as the contractor who built her swimming pool soon after, but they too divorced quickly. She is currently the wealthiest woman in America and the 16th richest person on earth. All the ladies on this list either inherited their wealth or got rich through a divorce. While this may be true, the truth remains that they have all sustained their wealth and taken charge of their situations. Many of them have earned their wealth through hard work, proving their competence over time as heads of various offices. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, drop a comment and share it with friends. Doing this helps to grow our channel.